It is a good morning. So it's Friday and I'm done for the week. I did not take any trades today. However, a friend suggested to me that if I don't take any trades, I can analyze the potential moves that I could have traded and maybe discuss why I would or would not have taken that trade. So let's see. Today I was hunting for shorts, and obviously we didn't get that, but let's discuss why I was looking for shorts. It's first of all, it's Friday. Second of all, there was SMT in the morning, so now yes took the high, but previously it didn't. And also there was a lot of sell side building up which had not been taken, and equal highs were also being taken. So in theory, if these equal highs are taken, there are traders that might have buy stops over here. So all of those traders are making money today. And I should be hunting for longs because it's at all-time highs and it's not likely to stop. So these are not trading conditions I'm comfortable in or that I'm used to, but let's discuss how I can improve and what we've learned. So yesterday PM into overnight, there's a phantom trend line to the buy side, and today in the morning during London, it tanks completely. So this is actually a perfect classic buy day because the low is created at 5 in the morning during London session, and New York creates the reversal and continuation up through this all-time high, creating a new high for the day, the week, the month, and the year, and all-time highs. No, my OBS got messed up. This whole recording is like without the charts that I was showing. So I guess I'm gonna use my voiceover and then try to record my screen again and show you guys what I was outlining the whole time. But hopefully that goes well. Enjoy. So yesterday I wasn't on the charts, but let's look at what I could have potentially taken. So I was on the charts during the time of the news, and as soon as I saw this 200-point move up, I was basically done for the day. And as you can see, it chopped around pretty much for 2 more hours until lunch. So then during lunch, it came back down here, and then after lunch in the PM, there were some potential entries to take these equal highs. So yesterday, if I was on in the PM, I probably would have seen this fair value gap, and once this fair value gap is held and another fair value gap is made, I would be targeting these equal highs for 50 points. I probably would not have gotten all of that since my entry would not be perfect and my exit would also not be perfect. But that's a little bit about yesterday's session. So I was on here and this was just not tradable in my style. And then let's look at what I could have done today, because today I was looking for shorts, which is why I didn't long this, but I did realize at some point that it would go long. And had I realized that a little bit sooner, I would have been mentally prepared to go long. And because pretty much when I realized it would have already been chasing price, so at that point I couldn't take any more longs. But if I had realized sooner, I would have been able to take some longs. So as we mentioned, we have this big sell-off during London, and it takes some of these lows, not all of them, but it doesn't go into any particular PD arrays that I notice. Let's just say that this is a range, and it went to 50% of this range. So since we're at all-time highs, we're expecting a continuation. We never want to be shorting at all-time highs unless it's a really low time frame scalp. So I had all of these lows marked out. These lows had been taken. So I had this next low marked out, and then it was kind of chopping around, consolidating, creating more sell side. So here it kind of took this out, but not entirely, not as deep as I would have expected. However, after that, so we had these equal highs, which I was expecting to be taken, but this was the price action which we were seeing. So I was not about to enter on this choppy price action, and then it just took them out swiftly at 9:30. So I was expecting that to happen, but what I was hoping for is that once it took out these highs, it would stay within this fair value gap and go for these lows. It did not do that. It created another fair value gap here and here, which were both held to the buy side. So there was news at 10 a.m., which is right over here, and this is what I was waiting for. So once it created more equal highs, I thought the same thing. Okay, maybe we can take these equal highs and break down. Since all of this is now a trend line, equal lows, traders have been trapped long, and we could potentially go for their stop losses. However, this fair value gap on the 3-minute from here to here, including the volume imbalance and including the 1-minute fair value gap, was held. So this body closed slightly below it, but there's also another fair value gap. At this point, once this was held, I realized, okay, we're going to take this high again. But I did not enter long because I was not prepared for that. However, let's look at that trade right now. So we took these equal lows. So by the way, this is the high, and this is where the fair value gap was. This is at 120. This is at 120. Right there. So this low is this low. So here we took out these lows, and we did not have a 5-second fair value gap re-entry, and it made more displacement and more fair value gaps. So the first entry, so I would never have taken this, but once it created another fair value gap, I would have waited for this close and entered with my stop below here and targeting this high. So that would have played out, even though, you know, there's a little bit of slowness before it took out this high. This would have been nice for 30 points from 46 to 76. So had I been hunting longs, I would have probably taken this trade, but since I was preparing myself to take shorts and I was looking for shorts, I did not take this long, and that's completely fine. It's better to not take a trade than to take a losing trade. So me a few months ago would have definitely shorted somewhere in here. I would have found a reason and found a way to short, and I would have probably gotten stopped out. But that's why we do journals, so we can learn from our mistakes. And on a day like this, when you're hoping for shorts, but the market doesn't give you shorts, you just don't enter. Or if you were going to enter, you would have to switch gears. And once this fair value gap holds, you would have to be ready to take more longs. But yeah, so after it took these highs and held this fair value gap, that's when I was convinced it would go long. But at that point, as you can see, this is the all-time high, and it was already taken. So yes, I expected it to continue going up, but I was not about to chase price, especially not on a Friday, because then I would have to wait all the way until Monday to potentially make back these losses, and I would have to sit with my mistakes. So I'm quite happy having not taken a trade. So I did want to go out with a bang on this week, but we're going out into a peaceful weekend with no trades on the last day. And the other reason is there was SMT, so that's also why I was taking shorts. And let's look at dollar. Okay, dollar has gone down. Yeah, so I was actually not watching dollar, but it took out these equal highs and went down. So the market is nice and symmetrical. And yeah, I can't pay attention to that many things at the same time. I already have ES down here, and I'm looking at Nasdaq, and I keep switching between time frames. So it's difficult for me to look at dollar as well, because I'm on one monitor. I know a lot of advanced traders have multiple monitors, but I have not reached that point yet, and that is completely fine. I am doing perfectly on one monitor. But today there was no trade. And yeah, oh, as a little bonus to make this video more interesting, we can look through my TopStep stats on this new trading account. So as you can see, I've completed 4 winning days, and all of them, or 4 days, and all of them are winners. So that's not representative of how well I can trade. To be honest, I think that I just had a good few days, and I have kept my control. So actually these were some pretty good days, but I don't think I have fully grown out yet of making mistakes. So it's getting better and better, but I'm not anticipating to have 100% winning days by the time I get funded. That being said, we can look at my best day, 600. My worst day was basically break even for 70. So first day 600, then 220, then 70, then 260. Of course, every single trade has been outlined and explained why I entered on this YouTube channel. And you can see my average winning trade is 250, with my biggest contract being 430 and smallest 70. So my losing trades, I've taken a few stop losses. I'm quite proud of my stop loss management. I've taken a maximum stop of $100 per losing trade, and I've actually had a pretty high win rate. So this comes down to the fact that I've been taking less trades overall, and previously, like last year, a few months ago, I would take 77 trades per day, which is way too many. And I have reduced that drastically. So right now, that number is sitting between 1 and 4. So I know it says 5 over here, but that's because it counts my partials as different trades. So on a winning day, if I have 2 contracts long and I take one off and then I take another one off, it counts as 2 trades, but I count that as 1 trade because it's 1 entry and 1 stop loss management. So my partials are counted as 2 trades for some reason. And then my risk to reward is 2.4, which is, pretty good. And right now my account is sitting at plus 1.2k. So, we're almost halfway. And when did I activate it? Does it say my starting date? Yes, 20th of February. So I have 20 more days to complete basically 1800 more of profit. So slowly but surely, when the market clears up and we have some nicer conditions, because these last few days, let's actually check how long it's been from here to here. Yeah, 7 days. It's been in this range, held between this fair value gap and this all-time high. And this has been very difficult to trade, even though I did manage to make some profit on it. And overall, we are just in a kind of slow grinding upwards type price action. So it's not as clean as it was, a few months ago. We will make do and we will be patient until the market presents the setup that I like to take, I'm expecting, I'm looking for, and I am confident with. And in the meantime, I will be analyzing other potential trades, entries, and strategies, entry models that I could be using, because that way I can have more tools in my repertoire. And on a day like today, where it doesn't give me exactly what I wanted to see, I would be able to make some profit, which, by the way, is not completely necessary. You can always just be patient and rely on your trusty setups. But yeah, we've made a lot of progress. We've learned a lot, and thank you to everyone who has subscribed and liked the videos, and say hi in the comments if you're still here. So that's it from me for this week, and I'll see you guys next week. Next week is NFP, so that means that it's going to be short. There's not going to be Thursday and Friday. We will have to see what happens. Wednesday pre-AM will be okay, and the main trades will be happening on Monday and Tuesday. So hopefully I'm on the charts Monday and Tuesday if real life doesn't get in the way. But if I am, I will be reporting back to you guys with the results. And now that it's cracked all-time highs, I think there will be some nice trading conditions, because the highs that we're going to be targeting are going to be really obvious. There's going to be just one high, and it's not going to be like all of this chop and just being scared that at every high it could potentially reverse. So yeah, have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you guys soon.